the Jefferson's curl. What's up, my people? It's your biggest gym bro, the bigger W, from B.I.G. And today, we're gonna be doing our workout of the week. And for our first workout, we have the Jefferson's curl. So, let's get it. So the Jefferson's curl is actually kind of like a curl slash deadlift variation where it looks like you're doing a deadlift, but you actually have to use every part of your vertebrae from your head to your lower back in order to do this exercise. This exercise primarily helps a lot with the hamstrings, the lower back, and the glutes. And this exercise can also be done with a barbell, a light dumbbell, and also a kettlebell. So without further ado, let's get to the pros. For the first pro of the exercise, this is actually really good for spinal mobility. So most exercises, they don't really work on the spine like that. They usually keep it neutral, but this one actually strengthens the spine through flexion, which makes it even more resilient. Another pro of this exercise is that this is really good for injury prevention potential. When it's done properly, it actually helps strengthen the spine in positions where injuries usually tend to happen a lot of the times. So stuff like the lower back, the spines, the hips, any type of hip injury, stuff like that. It really helps towards causing less injuries, because when you do normal exercises, they're usually really injury prone and they tend to get hurt a lot. So this actually helps prevent it way more. On top of that, this is actually really good for athletic performance too. So if you're a gymnast, climber, martial artist, and mobility athlete, this is actually really good because it really helps for that type of area. The cons. Now, for the cons, I highly recommend not using too much weight when you start using it, because this can actually, instead of preventing injury, this can actually cause injury, because it's really easy to cause injury with this exercise, which is exactly why I actually have 25 pounds on both sides. So you can't really put too much weight on it in the beginning, or else you're actually gonna damage your back instead of recovering it. For a second con, if you're a basic dude who just goes to the gym and who just wants basic exercise, this really doesn't benefit you in much ways. It's more for athletes and injury-prone type of people. So if you're just a regular dude, I don't really recommend this. On top of that, a personal con of mine's, you kind of look like a zombie doing this. I ain't gonna lie to you. This is a pretty interesting. This is a pretty interesting sight, in my opinion. The hacks. What I highly recommend you to do is for you to go really slowly on each rep, which means 5 seconds down, pause for a good 5 other seconds, and then 5 seconds back up. Just to get used to the exercise. But like I said earlier, I highly recommend you put really low weights while doing that, or else you might just end up embarrassing yourself, which I do not recommend. Now, for an overall rating of the exercise, I rate this a 7 out of 10. I think this is really good if you want to not only prevent injury, but on top of that, if you actually do have an injury in your lower back section. And yeah, this is a really decent exercise on top of that. It's not really too hard to do as long as the weights are light, but the only reason why I put it at a 7 out of 10 instead of anything higher is because like I said earlier, if you're a basic dude who pulls up to the gym, it's not really necessary. I don't really see a purpose of doing this other than preventing injuries in the future, which is actually a pretty good cause. So if you're just a guy who just wants to lift heavy, do all that stuff, all that stuff, yeah, man, just you can check it out. But yeah, I wouldn't really recommend it. But for any type of injury recovery, or like I said, for any type of athletes out there, I highly recommend doing this exercise. So this is your workout of the week today. Check it out. Check me out on all socials. The link is in my bio. This is your biggest gym bro, the bigger W, from B.I.G. And as always, Stay big.